if you're into Gravity Falls, Teen Beach Movie, Neville Goddard, bitch, we gotta be friends. Hi, I'm Lessons with Lauren, and I teach lessons that my inner child would fucking eat up because she's so interested in this shit, and I kind of honor her in that way now. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be telling you exactly how I shift realities and like my shifting routine, because I feel I'm in the shifting mood, so why not? So this is exactly how I shift. I have this whole routine thing that I do. What I do is I wake up at 4 a.m. I set an alarm, and then I will get up and like work in my office, or just get up and do something. Maybe I'll edit my video, or maybe I'll work on something else. Just literally just get out of bed and work or do something for 1 hour. Okay, and then I set an alarm for 5 a.m. And then at 5 a.m. I go in my basement, on my basement couch, and I lay down. And I meditate. The reason why I don't meditate and do that in my bed is because I associate my bed with sleeping and with dreams, that kind of thing. And I have had most of my shifting experiences and out-of-body experiences downstairs in the basement on my basement couch. So I associate that with naps and with shifting kind of vibes. I meditate downstairs in my basement. I lay down on the pillow couch or just on the couch itself, and I listen to an audiobook that reminds me of shifting. It's by Neville Goddard and it's called Out of This World. And the reason why I listen to this audiobook is because it reminds me of shifting, like I said, and listening to something really helps. And there's even parts in it that are literally like shifting, so it's kind of like a guided meditation for me sometimes. Anyways, but what you can do, you don't need to get that exact audiobook. You can just listen to something like music that reminds you of your GR, or a different audiobook, or a guided meditation, whatever you want. But I have also been successful and have had a shifting experience or some kind of shifting experience when I don't listen to anything. So you don't have to listen to something. It's just a part of my routine, and I like routines, so. Then after that, I'm laying down and I'm listening to this audiobook. And then I also have my selenite crystal that I either put on my chest or on my forehead, and that is like one of my like main things that I need when I meditate. It's just a personal thing, but it has such like a high energy frequency, or whatever you call it, that it like works automatically for me. But you can use any crystal or no crystals, it doesn't matter. This is just what works for me and what I do. So I have the selenite either on my chest or on my forehead, and I'm laying down and I'm just listening to the audiobook. And what I do is I literally, some people say that they can't meditate, but what I see meditating as is just chilling. Like, you're letting your thoughts go by. Like, I'm not laying there immediately thinking about my DR and focusing on that, hyper-focusing on it. No. I'm just laying there, and I might fall asleep or I might not, and I'm just chilling. I'm letting my thoughts go by. I'm not forcing anything. I'm just chilling, listening to this audiobook. Because when you get up at 4 a.m. and then work for an hour, you're going to be tired. At least I am. So then when I go in the basement, I'm chill. I'm in the zone, you know? And I'm excited to take a nap or just to meditate and chill. I'm just laying there, not forcing anything, listening to the audiobook. Thoughts are rolling in about random shit. I just let them be. Then, as my body starts to fall asleep, it starts to become a bit numb, and I get really relaxed, okay? And this is called the state akin to sleep. Neville Goddard talks about it, and I've talked about it in other videos. The state akin to sleep is literally when your body's asleep, your physical body's asleep, but your mind or consciousness, whatever you want to call it, is awake and aware. This state, for me, feels like my body is numb. Like, I can't feel my legs or my arms or like any of my body. and I am really relaxed and I can still control my thoughts. Like, I still have thoughts. So sometimes I'll have a thought like, oh, I'm in SATS. I'm in the state of couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? When I get in this state, this is where, you know, sometimes I'll still chill and just let thoughts come in, or some other times I will start to visualize waking up in my desired reality, wherever I want to wake up at. And Neville Goddard talks about this in that audiobook, but basically what I do is I just imagine myself waking up in my DR, which is what I'm technically manifesting, okay? Because Neville Goddard was all about manifesting, but I personally think he fucking shifted realities, but I have a video on that. Anyways, I visualize myself getting out of my bed in my desired reality and fucking bopping, you know what I mean? And this has worked for me before. Like, I mini shifted with this, or I fully shifted. That was like a full shift, man. It was only 10 seconds, but fuck. Anyways, I'm like, I get out of bed and I visualize myself bopping, like dancing. I'm like, oh, yes, yes, yes. And I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, damn, I'm in the 1800s, you know, whatever your DR is. And you just feel excited, like, how does it feel to be in your desired reality? You gotta feel that feeling, okay? And visualize it. Use your 5 senses. Ground yourself emotionally, you know what I mean? So do that. Or like I said, sometimes I just, while I'm listening to the audiobook and I'm in SATS, I'm just chilling and I just let my thoughts flow, you know what I mean? Depends how I'm feeling. Or I'll either do something else, like it's whatever comes to mind, basically. So, and then this is where it can get a little scary. I'm not scared of them anymore because I'm used to shifting symptoms, but this is where shifting symptoms may come in. So once I'm in SATS, you know, I know that I'm probably going to be feeling shifting symptoms soon. So what shifting symptoms are basically, and some people don't even get them, but I call it whooshing. It feels like you're doing Superman, you're flying in the sky, you know, and wind's hitting you, except you're flying and traveling through like the void or space, okay? And you can just feel vibrations hitting you instead of the wind. And for some people, those vibrations are very overwhelming. And some people have even said that, like, it's kind of painful or something, but I don't personally feel pain, but that's a little scary. Anyways, but those vibrations will start hitting you. And another thing that I get is the room around me starts to spin. That's like the transition from SATS to whooshing or the void, whatever you want to call it. It's fucking trippy as fuck. And I don't do drugs. It's like the room starts to spin and it's like, whoa. And then you start to feel vibrations hitting you. And you're like, oh, I'm fucking shifting, damn. And that's what I call, like, shifting symptoms. I feel like that's shifting itself. Like, that's you shifting or traveling to your other reality. Like, that's the action of shifting. You know what I mean? So yeah, then that happens for, sometimes it lasts not really long, sometimes it does. I can't really tell time. Like, I don't even know if time exists there. Like, holy fuck, that's a lot to comprehend for me right now. I'm a little sick, so, whoa. But then I start to feel those shifting symptoms, and I used to be a pussy. I used to be scared of them. I'm used to them by now, and they're chill. And you know what? One time I only had shifting symptoms. I didn't make it to my DR, but like, whatever, it's okay. And I woke up after those vibrations because it like goes all over your body. It's fucking weird. And then I was like, oh my god, I feel like I just had a massage. Like, what the fuck? I feel like I just did yoga like 10 times. It felt so good, and it like cleansed my body, like physically, emotionally, spiritually, and I was like, fuck. That was lit. So now every time I get those vibrations, I'm like cleansed. I'm like, oh, yes. Anyways, so after I get the shifting symptoms, you know, I start to slowly feel reality around me. Okay? I start to feel my surroundings change. And I will say that it's not like, oh, I'm in SATS on the basement couch and now I'm in my desired reality room. No, it's not like that. It doesn't go from one to another. It's like I'm in the basement in SATS, whatever, and I can feel the bed and the couch, then I can't feel anything when I'm in the void or having shifting symptoms. I feel like I'm just a consciousness, astral body, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't even know where I fucking am. And then it goes to my desired reality bedroom. So, like, there's a transitional period where you're literally in nowhere. And that's what I call the void. And it's hard to explain because, like, there's no words for it. I don't even know. Like, you'd have to experience it yourself to really know what I'm talking about. But that's basically what shifting is. But there's, like, this transitional period where you're just, like, in nothingness. And I call that the void. And in that transitional period, I feel like it's, like, that's where the shifting action happens. Like, you go from point A to point B. It's like, anyways. It makes sense in my head. So yeah, then I start to feel my surroundings come, like, reality comes back, you know, I'm not floating in the void and nothingness. Reality starts to come back. And, you know, I will feel myself wherever I wake up. My most recent shifting experience, I call it a full shift, but anyways, the first 5 cents that I feel is touch. Okay, so I will feel the bed, my desired reality bed, in the 1800s. Because I love to shift to the 1800s. What the fuck did I just say? Oh my god. My voice is so sexy, by the way. Wow. Wait. I start to feel my desired reality bed, okay? Or wherever I wake up. And, I feel my body laying down on it. And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm here, bitch, I'm here. And then, the other senses start to come into play. The first 5 cents was touch. Then I smelt. And it smelled like old lady. So I was like, oh, I'm here, bitch. 1800s. And then I heard, which, okay, this shit, I have to make a whole other video on that, but anyways. And then I heard my comfort character, and I was like, oh, fuck. I'm here, bitch, what the fuck? And then I start to feel, like, emotions kind of thing, like feelings, like, oh my god, I'm here. And I have thoughts, and it's kind of crazy. I know it's, like, normal to have thoughts. You're like, Lauren, what the fuck, no shit. But sometimes, I don't know, it's just weird, because you're in a total different reality or place, whatever you want to call it, and you're there, and it's like, oh my god, what the fuck? And then I stayed there for like 10 seconds, and then I came back, because I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to write this in my shifting journal, and then I came back, because I thought of my original reality. Oops. Anyways, I was just excited to write down my experience. Yeah, that is how I basically shift, okay? And now I'm gonna tell you how to ground yourself, because yeah, I need to learn this shit too. So the more I practice, the more I'll be able to tell you, but right now what I gather is how you ground yourself is you basically ground yourself physically and emotionally. So physically means your 5 senses, okay? Smell, hearing, sight, feeling, okay? Is that 5? I don't know. Taste, well, I don't know if you're tasting anything, but sure. So you ground yourself, you visualize yourself, like the bed, you're like, oh yeah, I'm on a bed, okay. And then you hear your comfort character, or you hear the fire in the fireplace going, and you smell old lady, because you're in the 1800s. I don't know what your guys' yours are. But that's basically what you do. And you just try and, like, act as though you're fucking there, and it's real, okay? Because it is so fucking real. Oh my god. It's actually crazy. And then what you do is you try and ground yourself emotionally. And what I mean by this is, like, feel, bitch. Feel emotionally. You want something, like, emotionally intense. Like, maybe, even if it's just waking up in your desired reality and you get so excited and you're like, oh my god! Like, just an emotion that will ground you there, okay? And where I gathered this information from was Dr. Joe Dispenza. He talks about manifesting too, and, like, Neville Goddard, but they both, like, kind of, like, dip their toes into reality shifting, but they don't exactly say reality shifting, but, like, bitch, come on, okay? I know what you're doing, bitch. Anyways, what he says to do is he talks about emotionally grounding yourself and emotions. Like, you gotta feel the emotions and you have to ground your 5 senses. Anyways, his book is Becoming Supernatural, and he's a really cool guy. Okay, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's cool as shit. So him and Neville Goddard, like, yeah. That's basically how I shift. That's my shifting routine. That's what I do. I just want to say that if you don't do it the first time, or you're trying for 2 weeks, or you're trying for however the fuck long, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay, I have known about shifting since 2022, and I have only fully shifted for like 10 seconds, like once. Okay, and I've had plenty of out-of-body experiences, plenty of like mini shifts experiences, and you just can't let it get to you. You know, you gotta just see shifting as this fun hobby that you're learning. And I almost see it as like a research project, and then I like tell you guys my experience. But yeah, it can get frustrating if you're really obsessed and attached to your desired reality. I remember I used to get so frustrated when I would try and shift and nothing would fucking happen. But it's because I put so much fucking pressure on myself that I get so frustrated. But I really don't recommend doing that. I think having like the shifting mindset that you're gonna make it there one day and it's just for fun and like fuck it, that really helps me. And practicing really helps too. I'm just saying, like, I don't do that every morning because some mornings I just don't fucking feel like it, and I've been sick recently, so I don't really do that. But practicing really fucking helps. So I definitely recommend that. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested, I have other socials down below in my description, and I also have a group chat server on Discord where we talk about reality shifting, manifesting, spirituality, witchy stuff, because I'm into all that shit and so are you. Okay, so you'll love it. And I also have other videos on reality shifting. If you want to know more about the shifting experience that I talked about today, I actually have a full video on that. It'll be over here near the little Buddha. So thank you so much for watching this, my love. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed filming this, and let's hope I get well soon, because this sexy voice, like, I don't know, I'm kind of seducing myself, not gonna lie. I'm gonna stop recording now before I start flirting with you, because fuck. I'm just gonna shut up now. Okay, bye. I love you.